I'm going to Disney World. This one's more like on the nose, but it blocks my face. It's true, I am going to Disney World, but not on vacation. I have been accepted to the Disney College program, and I will be starting in September in Disney World as a PhotoPass photographer. What the heck? This came out of nowhere, you're saying if you know me? And it kind of did, kind of didn't. I've been interested in the college program for Disney for a while now because I've actually had a couple of friends who have gone through the program, and before I even knew them, I had heard of people going through the program, and all they ever spoke of was high praise about this. Now, I've always had some sort of like trepidation when it came to working for Disney because I love Disneyland and Disney World and all things Disney so much that I was afraid that if I was to work for Disney, it would kind of like ruin the magic or ruin the fun of it, or I wouldn't want to go anymore because I would have just become sick of it. So the idea of getting a job at Disneyland, if I wasn't a performer, kind of was always something that I was on the fence about, but then when I learned about the college program, it seemed really intriguing. I've applied a couple of times, I've gotten accepted every time that I did, but it just didn't fit within my life schedule. For instance, I got accepted to UC Irvine and the Disney College program for Disney World at the same time, but for me, UC Irvine was a lot more important, so obviously I chose to go with going to UC Irvine, and I just graduated from UC Irvine versus the college program. And I applied again this year for fall of 2019, and I'm happy to say that I got it, and I will be going to Disney World, and I will be there from the beginning of September to the beginning of January. Now, if you've never heard of the Disney College program, it's pretty much an internship where you get to work in the parks as a college student, or you can work there before you're in college or after you graduate college. And then in the parks, they have like living situations so you can leave home and go there, and then you work there for like a set chunk of time, and then you leave, or you extend your program, or you become part-time or full-time. There's so many things, but it's pretty much saying, hey, you're in college, you need money to work off all those loans. How about you come work for Disney for like 4 or 6 months? We'll give you really crappy hours and pay a minimum wage, but hey, you're working for Disney, and think about the resume benefits. That's like the whole shtick of it. And then with like a sprinkle of, and you're creating magic in one of the happiest and magical places on earth. That's the Disney College program for you. And that's the Kool-Aid, essentially, that they sell to a whole bunch of college students, and a lot of people buy it. And you know what? Am I going to the college program? Yes. Am I drinking on the magic Kool-Aid? Kind of. Here's my explanation. So I think, well, I'll get to that in a second, but I wanted to touch on first, why am I doing the college program now that I've graduated college? It kind of doesn't make sense maybe to you, or you would think that I would try to go somewhere within my field or get an internship in that direction, and that would make a lot of sense for a lot of different majors, except for me, because I'm an actor. I'm a drama major, and we don't have the typical career experience. If you just graduated college with a sociology degree, you might try to go get like an internship with a child therapist area or something, or if you graduated with a business degree, you might try to go get an internship at a business. I don't have these degrees, you can clearly tell that, but you might go into the direction or a field, or there might be a path that you start for your career. Because I'm an actor, there is no path for me. You kind of create your own path, and you just work hard, you struggle a lot, and you try to do something that you love for the rest of your life and make money off of it so that way you can survive. That's pretty much how it works. So I know that going to the Disney College program is not going to further my career any, in the same way that it might not further somebody who has a sociology degree or who has a business degree, but it might help them get a job in the real world because they have Disney on their resume, in the same way that it might help me get a job in the real world because I have Disney on my resume, but I also have a lot of other things, but that's besides the point. Pretty much, I know that it's weird that I just graduated college with a bachelor's degree and I'm going to go work for Disney for like 4 months, but here's my main reason for doing it. So a lot of people get really excited to do the college program because they want to make magic and they want to work for the happiest or most magical place on earth. And don't get me wrong, that all sounds really cool, but my main reason is I need somewhere to live. So I kind of mentioned this earlier, but when you go through the Disney College program, you have options of either living off campus or on campus. I don't think that's technically what they call it, but you have Disney College program housing, or you can go live in your own housing that you figure out yourself. So the cool thing about the college program is that I'm pretty sure it works this way. If you apply and you say, yes, I would like to live in college program housing, and then you get accepted after your interviews and whatever, you're guaranteed housing because they accepted you knowing that you would want to live in their housing. You following me? The reason why I need housing is because my lease ends, conveniently enough, in September. I was on a September to September lease with my current housing that I have here at UCI, and that was great and perfect and all. But now that I'm not in school, I can't live here anymore because one, I'm not a student and it's student housing, but two, the way I was paying for my rent was through financial aid. And since I'm no longer a student, I'm no longer getting financial aid. That's kind of how it works. So knowing that the college program had housing, it was something that I was really interested in. Of course, I was interested in the college program because my biggest takeaway would be the fact that I can go to Disney World and explore every inch of that park on my days off for free. I'm just working, but when I'm not working, I can get into the parks for free, go see everything that I didn't get to see on my first trip there during my 21st birthday. And also things have been added since I was last there, so I can kind of scour that park, get in every little detail for 4 months, and then leave, and then not have to worry about going back for another trip anytime soon because I've got my fill of Disney World. Essentially, the reason why the Disney College program looks so great for me right now is I do not have a job, so I will now have a job. I do not have a place to live post-September. Now I'll have a place to live post-September, as well as I have no money saved up to move anywhere here in Southern California. And by having a job for 4 months, I should be able to save up some money. Not only through my calculations, but calculations of people I'm on with like Facebook groups and people have done it before. They say that like with this plan and XYZ and this is how much I spend, this is about how much I saved up after I left the program. So my hope is that by the time I'm done with the Disney College program, I'll have some money saved up and I'll have the possibility of either transferring to Disneyland in Anaheim or finding my own place to live in Southern California, going back to one of my old jobs and kind of living my life as an actor down here. I didn't want to move back to Sacramento because I was able to come here on this magical wave called being accepted to UCI and getting a whole bunch of scholarships and financial aid. So I was pretty much able to move here kind of like for free, but not really for free because it costs money because of the U-Haul and like all that stuff. And there's a lot of expenses that come into moving, but I was able to live down here because I have scholarships and financial aid, and also I had to take out a little bit of a loan. Anyway, I want to keep riding that wave because Southern California is where I am meant to be. This is where I want to be, and this is where I need to be in order to really dive into my career of being an actress. So I want to stay here. I didn't want to go back to Sacramento, go live with my mom, and of course I miss my mom and I love my mom to death, but living in Sacramento does not have the career benefits that living in Southern California has. I can go to auditions, I can do background work, I can look for an agent, and I can't do any of that in Sacramento, or at least very, very little of that in Sacramento. So the applications for the Disney College program open up in the beginning of the year, and I knew that this might be my backup plan. This might be what I needed to do, or it might be my first plan. I applied, got through the phone interview, got through the web-based interview, and I got accepted for my #1 role, which is PhotoPass. So the people that take your picture when you're in front of the castle on your family vacation or whatever it may be, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So if you're gonna be in Florida from September to January, come say hello, plan your trips then, come get your photos taken by me. I don't know where I'm gonna be yet. I don't know anything about my roommate situation. I don't know where I'm specifically living yet. All I know is I'm moving to Florida. My flight is booked for September 2nd, and I am getting excited. I'm getting really excited. Okay, I just had to jump in here real quick and say, I don't know why my smile looks so fake in that last clip, but I swear I'm genuine. Like it looks it looks like I was like forcing a smile, and I swear to God I'm not. Like I remember in that moment, like that was one of the first times that I had genuinely said like I'm getting excited, like to myself, and I remember after just kind of going like, oh, I feel really happy right now. But that I swear to God, I was looking at myself and I was like, I know I wasn't faking it. That looks like the I don't know, to me it just looked really fake, but I just want to let you know I am getting really excited. I'm not trying to like force any smiles or anything like that. It was just it was just really funny to me. Okay, back to the video. for the most part, I think people wear rose-colored glasses when it comes to the Disney College program. I think people get really swept up by the magic and the excitement, and Disney does a great job at getting you swept up in the magic, and that's kind of like their thought, because if you're in this magic zone, you're not thinking about how tired you are, that you're working 40 plus hours a week as a custodian or as a food service person or as a PhotoPass photographer. You're not thinking about that because you're, oh, I'm in Disney World and I'm working for the mouse. I think it's a good way to keep yourself sane, don't get me wrong, but I've heard of a lot of people going into the college program with very, very incorrect expectations. And that's something that I have tried my best to keep myself with realistic expectations, knowing that I am going to be dealing with crummy customers. I'm going to be dealing with Florida weather, which is just awful. Who wants to live in Florida? Literally, Disney World is there, which is great, but otherwise Florida sucks. The weather is terrible. I was there in July of 2016, and good lord was it humid. So I'm not looking forward to that. The weather's weird, whatever. You might have crummy coworkers or managers, and also who knows who your roommates are gonna be, and what your living situation is gonna be, and just the amount of days you work in a row, and you're not gonna be getting paid that much, and all these different layers come into it, that you are working a job, and that kind of comes with the job no matter what job you have. You have crummy coworkers or managers, the customers sometimes suck, and then you have those positive experiences where you have amazing customers and you get to have really great experiences no matter what your job is. I know at my old job, I had so many valuable, wonderful moments that made all the shitty times worth it. And that's something I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping I get to make this experience as positive as possible, but I'm walking into it knowing what the reality is. And that's something that I hope, if you're watching this video as a DCP hopeful or somebody who's going into the college program, please just remind yourself that yes, you can make this a positive experience, but also be aware of what might come with the experience. Because for a lot of people, this is their first job, this is their first time away from home, and they don't realize the reality that comes with the situation. Even though that kind of seemed a little bit negative and crapping on the college program, I want to walk into any situation that I do with a positive outlook and try to find the best in the situation. So things that I'm looking forward to is living in a new place. I've never lived in Florida. I was there for a week and I stayed at a resort, but now I'm gonna be in an apartment with new people, so hopefully I'll be making new friends that will last my lifetime. I'm a huge Miami Dolphins fan, and Miami's like 4 hours away or something like that, and I know I can somehow get a day off and go to a Dolphins game because it's gonna be during football season. That's one thing I'm looking forward to. I wanna go to Daytona Beach. I wanna go and see as much of Florida as I can in my limited time there, because I'll be working a majority of the time, but I wanna try to do a lot in Florida because I'm only gonna live in Florida once. I don't see myself living in Florida in the future, and who knows, I could be looking back on this video in 10 years and going, ha ha ha, you dummy, while I'm sitting in like the Florida Keys watching this. Who knows where my life is gonna lead me. But I don't plan on living in Florida ever again, so this is gonna be a unique once-in-a-lifetime experience. Things that are gonna suck is that I'm away from all my friends again. I just went through moving to a new town, moving to a new place, not know anybody here in Irvine. I made all these friends and now I'm leaving them, and then I'm gonna be far away from my mom, and I'm probably not gonna see my mom for like 4 months, and that is going to be the hardest challenge of this entire program, is not being able to see my mom for like 4 months, especially around Christmas. Like, that's gonna suck. So I'm trying to prepare myself and get myself ready for this big move. Also, not being able to move as much stuff as I did. I can only bring suitcases because I'm flying. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. But anyway, I know that the college program might seem like a odd or bad decision to some people watching. People who are in my life, people who are not in my life. You might think I'm crazy for doing this, but something that my mom has always taught me is that you need to have a roof over your head. And even though there's a lot of things coming with the college program, there's a lot of other reasons why I'm doing it. The primary, more than half of the reason why I'm doing the college program right now in my life is I need a roof over my head. And this was the way that I could guarantee that while being able to save up money. So I'm trying to use this opportunity to my advantage. And I hope that if you're somebody who's in my life, or a friend of mine, or a subscriber, or anybody, I hope that you can support me in this decision, because like I said, it's gonna be really weird, it's gonna be tough, and it's not gonna be sparkles and magic and rainbows and all that crap. But I'm going to try to make the best of it. I am looking forward to this experience that I'm gonna have. That's a once in a lifetime experience, and we'll see what comes from it. I don't know. I am nervous. I am a little scared, but I'm getting excited as the days get closer. Whoever you are, I hope you can support me in this decision, and if you don't, that's fine by me, because I know this is what's right for me, and that's the most important. Is it's right for me, it's right for my family. My mom supports me, and she's the only person who's support in this world that I need. So either come along for the ride or stay in the back, because no matter what, choo-choo, this train's moving forward. What the hell was that? You get what I mean. Well, anyways, that is it. That is my DCP announcement. That's something I've been holding on to for a while. I've known for months, and I know that a lot of people watching this video might be like, hey, why didn't you tell us sooner? And honestly, it's because I just wanted to make a video explaining all of it, because it's kind of like a big thing. It's a big change. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for hearing me out, and also just keeping up to date with what my life has going on. If you're interested in keeping up with me, you can follow me on all my social media. The links are in the description as always. I also post here on my YouTube channel about like life updates or whatever, and I do plan on making a whole bunch of DCP videos. I'll try to make like a playlist for them, because I know a lot of people have questions about the DCP. The DCP is the Disney College Program. For those of you who are not clear with that acronym, I'm sorry. If you have any questions about the DCP, please let me know in the comment section down below. I will try to make some videos answering questions. I know a lot of people have different channels that are dedicated to the DCP, and this is not one of them. My YouTube channel has been going on for like 5 or 6 years strong. Actually, I think I'm coming up on 7 years. I don't even remember anymore. But I have my YouTube channel where I make a whole bunch of different types of content, not just Disney College Program content. So if you're interested in any of it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when my next video comes out, and I will try to make some videos answering questions about the DCP. And I have a video coming out soon about my application process, because that was something that was super intriguing to me when I first applied. So if you're interested in any of that, stay tuned on my channel. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who is supporting me, whether it be through my just recent graduation, my journey as an actor, or with me doing this crazy move to Florida. I'll only be there for a couple of months, and I know it's really weird, but anyways, I appreciate any support you guys have given me. Whether you're somebody in my life, somebody in my YouTube life, thank you so much. Well, that is it for me. Stay beautiful, have a marvelous day, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!